So here we have a game from PrepTest 64, Bikes and Riders. We have 4 bikes, FGHJ, we have 4 riders, RSTY, we have days 1 and 2. We're told that each rider will test a different one of the bikes on the second day from the first day. Each rider tests only 1 bike per day. All 4 bikes are tested each day. So we have kind of a unique thing going on here, because we're told that all 4 riders are going to go each day, but we're also told that all 4 bikes are going to be tested each day. And so the unique opportunity I refer to here is that, yes, days 1 and 2, they're nice and concrete. But if I put RSTY down the side, or I could put days 1 and 2, and I could put FGHJ down the side, well, either one of these is going to work. And the reason that we have this kind of unique opportunity that I refer to is that normally we don't have entities that are basically equal to each other. In this first sketch we have here, we know that all 4 bikes are going to go each day, which means on day 1, one of FGHJ is going to be going in these slots that were given here. And the same thing is going to happen on day 2. But on the other sketch where we put the bikes downside, well, all 4 riders are going to go each day, and we're going to be putting in RSTY in some combination down each of these. That basically all 4 riders are used each day, all 4 bikes are used each day. We need to anchor the sketch around either the bikes or the riders, but it's not going to make any difference which one we choose to do. Now, if we opted for something different, and let me erase here, and let's say we chose to do days 1 and 2 across the top, and down the side we chose to put something like bikes and riders. Well, the problem is each day everybody's going, which means for the bikes on day 1, R, S, T, and Y are going, and on day 2, R, S, T, and Y are going. And then you need to do something like split the sketch here in order to figure out who's going into these spaces. You know, how are you going to align each rider with each bike? This is just a horrible looking sketch, but it's the only alternative if you choose to break the side down into the individual categories of entities. It just makes way more sense here to choose one set of entities to go down the side. So let's go back to our initial conditions. And here I tend to think of the bikes are being tested by different people on each day. So we'll go R, S, T, Y down the side. And we can add some additional details to it. We know, for instance, that F can't be going with R. We do a little null sign F there. That J can't be going with Y. And then we do have this indication in the questions that 4 of the 6 questions do not begin with the word if. There's only 2 if questions. So there probably are some deductions. What are we going to base our deductions upon? Well, we take a look at our rules here. We have this one rule that says T is doing H, but it doesn't say which day H is going on. So you might choose to do 2 sketches. Take advantage of your limited options. I'd say we drop the line down. And forgive my handwriting because I'm writing this with a sprained wrist. And then, of course, I have a broken arm holding the iPad. So we reproduce the sketch twice. In one of them we put H on day 1, and the other we put H on day 2, because we know T is doing H for sure. It's our one concrete rule. We just don't know which day. Maybe we take the opportunity to put H in there. Then we come up with some deductions. Well, whenever you're told what people can't do, you should start to think about what they can do, or even what they must do. And for instance, in your first sketch, Y is very limited, and the reason Y is limited is because Y can't do J already, in the first sketch, y can't do h because t is doing h, and that you also know that y can only do whatever s can do on the second day. And if in this first sketch y can't do h and y can't do j, well, you know it's either going to do f or g, and that means g or f is going to be going on day 2. And the same thing happens in the second sketch. We know that y can't be doing h on day 1 because s can't do h on day 2, so, and it can't be doing j, so this is either f or g, or g or f. And we've already significantly narrowed down the possibilities in this particular sketch. Now let's say you stopped here. I don't think you need to stop here, but let's say you stopped here, you said, alright, to hell with this is like enough deductions. You already actually have a couple of answers. For instance, question 15 says any of the following could be true except, answer choice D says y tests h on the first day. We know y can't do h on the first day because it's either doing f or g. It can't do h because t has to do h one of the days, and that precludes y from being the person who doubles up on h with y1 and s2. So we already have an answer right there. Question 13, we would solve just using the rules. Question 14, for instance. Take a look at that. If Teresa does G on the second day, well, if you take a look at one of your sketches, Teresa is already doing H on the second day, which means you know that you must be in the first sketch. Let's say you were to choose to reproduce the first sketch. I'm going to be lazy here. We're looking for, Teresa does G on the second day. We're looking for something that must be true. Well, if this is G, so we put G in there. Well, if that's G, then this can't be G any longer, meaning this has to be F, which means y has to be doing f here. And now you know that this is f and h and this is f and g. These have become concrete. Well, let's go further. We know, for instance, that we have f and g here, and we know that y can't be j. So it can't be f or g, it can't be j. Now we know that y must be doing h on the second day, and answer choice D says y does h on the second day. Even making this terrible introductory sketch, which was not a great sketch, helps us get towards the answers with just one sketch. Let's take a look at question 17. It's your other if question. Let's reproduce a sketch. So, it says if Teresa is testing J on the first day. Well, if Teresa is testing J on the first day, then Teresa is testing H on the second day. And we're looking for something that just could be true. So as it could be true, we shouldn't expect anything truly concrete to develop here. That's just going to be possibilities, and obviously there's already two possibilities for this, and I wouldn't even hesitate that here we have J or H, that this is either going to be F and F for Y and S, Y1 is the same as S2, or it's going to be G and G. Make it concrete for yourself. Rather than speculating, just make it concrete for yourself, get the information in here. Let's see what we can develop here. Well, we know, for instance, in this first sketch, we have F and H for S and T. We know that Y can't be doing a J, so it must be doing G, and that means J is left over. We go over here to the top, and we know that this can't be F, but we've already used F. It can't be J. It can't be J as well. It could be G, could be H, nothing to stop it from being G or H, and we have something that is G or H, H or G. We just get in there. We've made one possible sketch. Now we should check the answers just to see if any of them work. Answer choice A says R does G on the second day. Now we have R doing J. S does H on the first day, and guess what? We already have a possibility. Here's S doing H possibly on the first day. Knowing which sketch to reproduce, even though we didn't have a great master sketch, helps cut down the time. And you could have taken this master sketch further. I just chose to make a kind of a very cursory sketch with a few cursory deductions based upon this rule, the rule that T is doing H, just because it seems to suggest possibly making two sketches. Alright, hope that helped.